Hello everyone, and welcome back to a Let's Play of AER Memories of Old, with your host Invalid. Where we last left off, we had talked with a few of the people over in the main part of the settlement, being Dana, John, and their daughter Erin. And now we're going to do a bit more exploration in this phenomenal game. Holy cow. I forgot just how much fun it was to fly in this. So, a little bit of backstory on myself rather than the game right now. This is my second time recording this, and I had to restart the game from the beginning, which is really not that big of a deal since I was only about 15 minutes into the game anyway. But, yeah, had to resort to a different recording software, but that's all fixed now, so we are back into this. Man. I love that I can finally just enjoy playing this and sharing this with you guys. And there is a lot to cover, both in the lore of the game itself and in the background behind the game's development and everyone involved. I think this game came out in early 2017? No, late 2017, sorry. Came out in October. For multiple platforms. I was actually thinking it was only for PC, but I shortly realized after the fact that it was available for PlayStation and Xbox as well. PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And more recently, it released for the Switch back in 2019. Twilight Lake, what is this? I think I headed completely the wrong direction. I intended to head north there, because that's where, north-northeast, because that's where we were intended to, or directed to head by the family over there, but, apparently not. Apparently I just decided to randomly head west and find another lake with egrets? Ostriches? I'm not entirely... Herons? I'm not entirely sure. They're ostrich size, but they're acting kind of like flamingos and other birds that feast more on fish and underwater creatures. But I guess we'll just start exploring anyway, because that's what this game's all about, huh? That self-proclaimed god reaches too far. I hope he stretches himself too thin. What? A self-proclaimed god. Very interesting. Now, who could that be referring to? Huh. So I have played ahead because of the recording issues, but I haven't played through hardly even a quarter of the game, and I'm not sure what that could be referring to. I think for now, though, what I'm going to do is just explore this little cluster here, and then we'll head back over in the intended path and continue from there. And another one of these little bird platforms. Interesting. So we have a self-proclaimed god amongst this insanity of a level. So we're gonna head back towards the settlement real quick. The lake, the Twilight Lake, is not exactly our intended path as of yet. But I did want to come through here. Whoa, okay, hold on. There is no way to slow down if you're going here. Woo! Unless you round into something. Okay, apparently I'm in a meadow. And these over here, I believe I commented on it in the last episode, these are in fact sheep. They sound like sheep, they kind of look like sheep, but not entirely sure, but there's an achievement of, what is it, Baby Mama or something like that I got, where it definitely confirms that those are sheep. So we have some rather artistic interpretations of what sheep are like in this universe. But another one of these birdhouses. Just kind of representative of what all is going on here. And I completely missed this cave right here. How did I miss that? Let's go check it out, shall we? Now this is interesting. Discovered Pilgrim's study. Is that so? So this seems more like where Dana, John, and Aaron would actually live. We have all these texts. How did I miss this the last time? I completely missed this tablet. Is this part of the tablet that was worn, or is this something else? I can't read this. It's written in a language I don't know, and much of it is broken and almost unreadable anyway. Maybe Medvin knows how to decipher it. Interesting. Oh wow, so we have ancient scriptures here as well. So the writing on these seems very similar to what we saw in the cavern, but or rather in the Hall of Memories, the shrine location where we found the Light of Kara. But these are older and apparently different. I wonder if this is one of those situations where you kind of have English, Middle English, and then Old English. Because modern English has only been around for, what, a couple hundred years? F that? And Old English is... anyone who hasn't taken a look at some of the writing from that era, just look up Old English text and you will find some very confusing looking things. Because it looks like English, but not quite, and it certainly doesn't read like it. The grammar and syntax is very different. And even the characters are far more, not indecipherable, but definitely a different look to them.
Hey.
Hi again, Alk. I went by... Alright, reset. Hi again, Alk. I went to see Medvin by Kara's shrine, to see the caved-in shrine for myself. I am as worried as he is, but I must ask you something else. Have you seen ghosts? Oh. Yes, we have. I noticed glowing signs and a weird distortion in the air. Almost like small fireflies, but not actual bugs. So this is hinting at what we've seen earlier with the memories or some such. I think they are what called memories of the past. It is said that the lantern can discover secrets by shining upon the signs. Yep, we figured that out. They were mentioned in passing in an old children's story I once read to Aaron. Maybe they can reveal something important? Oh, do you need a reminder for the next location of your pilgrimage? The Eventide Sanctuary is the closest, and it's found northwest of here. Okay, so we're intended to go to the Eventide Sanctuary. That's the place she talked about, and he talked about the Windsong Falls, which I believe are directly north of here. And then little Aaron here talked about a snow-covered set of islands further to the north with some statues of their own. Now that is pretty darn cool. Which actually brings me to my next point with this drawing right here. This game draws a lot of its own personal mythology from a couple very specific cultures, that being of, well, I mean, you can say Native American is a specific culture, even though it's actually quite diverse depending on which region of the North American region you look at. But there is also a lot of Japanese-inspired pieces to this game's folklore, or mythology, rather. And one of my viewers pointed that out recently. The little drawing that we saw on the wall there was actually of a kitsune, a multi-tailed fox of mythology in Japanese folklore. Yeah. In the beginning there was the dreamer, asleep in cold eternity. She dreamed all there was. Let's try that again. In the beginning, what is wrong with my reading voice today? Holy cow. In the beginning, there was the dreamer. Asleep in cold eternity, she dreamed all there is. She dreamed a veil, and behind the veil, she dreamed the creator and the world, modeled from a memory of home. The creator danced into the world, and there he breathed the clouds and sang the sun and moon into being. As he danced between the clouds, he took 4 steps, and so made the lands of the north, the west, the south, and the east. Then he formed the mountains and filled the seas with water from the clouds, and from earth and water he made animals, so land and sea would be alive. From stardust and eternity he made gods to walk the lands and look after the world. Interesting. So that ties more into the Native American folklore, because a lot of those will have creation stories. And you'll find a lot of that, not just in Native American folklore, but in indigenous cultures around the world. They'll have their own creation story. This is also something that we share even in the Western world today. Many religions have their own form of creation story, such as the making of the universe in 7 days with God and the Testament and the Bible. And even in science have their own form of a creation story. We call it the Big Bang. Which, while we say it's based in science and all this other stuff, it's still very much based in fundamentally the same things that older creation stories were based in, and that is just observation and basing it off what we know and have observed in the known universe, what we know of our world. And I completely missed that tablet over there somehow. I don't know how I missed it, but we've got even more scripture to cover in this one. So let's go ahead and start reading these 3 parts. My name is Aram, and I was there on the day of the Great Divide. My youngest child was ill, and I asked the spirit animals for help. So we have a dreamer, we have a creator, we have gods that watch over the land, and now we have people and spirit animals, alright? When I prayed by the shrine of Iloki, a terrible brightness pierced the air, and the land trembled and screamed. The shrine of Iloki, I don't think we've been there yet. In terror I took flight, and watched with eagle eyes as the land broke into pieces which crumbled and turned to dust. Only one place seemed calm. I flew there and perched on it, horror-struck. It was the lighthouse. The lighthouse is where Kara prayed, if I remember correctly, yeah? Because we've heard about the lighthouse before, and it's definitely not the structure that we saw over there. It seems to be something else in its entirety. Let's keep reading. The lighthouse was surrounded by a golden shimmer that warmed and soothed me. I saw the priestess Kara pass me by, weeping. She held a lantern key, such as they make in the city of Urza, but the lantern was dead. The shimmer came from Kara herself, dwindling as I watched. She descended the lighthouse, and I saw that many spirit animals had gathered around the tower, watching. When Kara came to them, they bowed their heads and then left, as if at an unspoken signal. Kara then looked at me and said, "You are Aram? I know you, and we need to talk." I found my voice and asked, "What has happened to the world, Kara?" She was silent for a moment, and then said, "A great danger has gone, but also a great light. It's time we gather all who are lost so that we may find a way for our people to live in peace with the world again." Ever since then, I have been flying from one broken island to another, to tell the lost people that there is a new home, to lead them here where we in time may heal again, where my youngest can regain her strength. Wow, okay. So that's a chronicling of the Great Divide that happened. And apparently there was flight before then, before the Great Divide happened. So this has been something that's been around for quite a while. And on top of that, we have Kara, who's almost this... I mean, shining light is very nail on the head, but we also have this disciple of sorts, or this apostle even, Aram, who's going around spreading Kara's word, not in the sense of Jesus and his apostles, but rather more spreading the word that there is a home to search for and find. And a great danger left, but also a great light. So by a great danger, was there something that had... Whoa. Was there something that had taken over the world, much like our modern day, or people living out of harmony with the world? Was that just because of the Great Divide, or was the Great Divide caused by something more? Was the Great Divide an act of God, or was it something much closer to home, something driven by humans? Looks like we got another tablet here, too. How many of these things are there? Oh no, this is the Dreamer Stone, okay. Alright. Can I jump? There we go. So, I guess now... Whoops. What the heck? Okay, apparently we can rebound. And also these things, I thought they were structures, but they are in fact clouds. Whoa. Okay, what on earth is this? The Creator's Shrine. Holy moly. Ooh, getting some of those bigger than you vibes going on. There's an entire topic on architecture just talking about the psychology of it all. Wow. That's imposing. Whoops. Alright, well I guess we're going. So... Dana also talked about sigils that people would pray at each of the shrines, but I'm not seeing anything like that here. Is it this thing right here? This little pedestal? I'm not sure. And this is definitely not the shrine she was talking about. This is the Creator's Shrine. This is something entirely different. Did we miss what we were looking for somehow? I'm thinking maybe we did. Well, let's just keep going then. Oh, I should also mention this game does have controller support, so... Leafless Grove. What is this about? And we have new animals here as well. They look like deer, maybe? Yeah, maybe deer or elk? Huh. Well, it wasn't planning on making this an exploration episode, but I guess that's kind of what we ended up with. Of Urza, which we loved, lost, and longed for, city of cities, bright and dead. The white swan of marble raising her long neck elegantly into the purple sky. Her eyes 1,000 souls swimming the lake of the never-ending afternoon, in the heart of spring. Her song, 1,000,000 hearts, praising the beauty of life, undiminished and brief, a petal on the wind of fall. The white swan of marble, folding her luminous wings silently in the ashen dusk, never to be seen again. Huh. So the city of Urza seems to be this capital of the old world, of what was. Interesting. Ooh, that's a little trippy. We have those. Holy... Hold up a second. Holy shit, this stump is massive. I'm sorry, I didn't expect that to... I didn't expect anything like that. That totally caught me off guard. That thing is huge! Is that like the world tree or something? Nah. Unlikely. Wow, so we found just all sorts of things. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, I don't think we're on the right track at all, so yeah, we're back in this settlement. How do we manage that? Whoops. Alright, well let's just head straight north here, see what we can find. Holy moly. So this is where we found the scrolls. Now that's really weird, because we're not looking for the creation shrine, we're looking for something completely different. This thing is huge. Okay, well, I guess northeast isn't where we necessarily want to go right now. King's Pass. What? Okay, well I guess we're in the Windsong Falls now. This is the area that John talked about. And there's something over here. What is this? There's something going on here. Got some of the characters going on as well. Now what is this statue? Is that a fish? That looks like a fish. Huh. And this is humming with energy. If I take out my lantern, I can use this? Okay, well, let's go ahead and do that. That looks like the moon. And a memory of the past, someone standing there. Interesting. Oh! It's sending a beam to one of the structures over there. Hold on. So the moon's all lit up. And then there's a pillar of the sun. Which is probably that over there, where we have the nice little pillar of light. Okay. I guess that opens up something behind this waterfall? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Well then, we have a lot to look forward to in the next episode then. Just want to see. Whoops. More people in prayer. Alright, let's go ahead and use this then. Another fish statue, huh? Okay, now that's pretty cool. Alright, well. We just stumbled across a little hidden cavern. And I completely got off track of what I was going to talk about in this episode. As usual. I swear I have attention deficit disorder or something. But anyway, it's been almost half an hour, so on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to see if I can talk about some more of the backstory behind this game's development, as well as the lore that's supported all this, but that's going to have to wait. So until then, have a wonderful day, everyone. I hope you're doing well, and take care. Bye for now.